A woman named Rosanna bought a house in France and moved in, thinking she was starting a quiet new chapter in her life. But almost immediately, some seriously disturbing things began happening in the house, and moving out again is not an option. Rosanna says she always falls asleep with the lights on because she is afraid of the dark. But every time she wakes up, the lights are somehow turned off. And one night, something truly unimaginable happened. Let us take a look.
Celui qui demain sous l'abri du Très-Haut repose à l'abri du Tout-Puissant. Je dis à l'Éternel, mon refuge et ma forteresse, mon Dieu en qui je me confie. Car c'est lui qui te délivre du filet de la peste, l'oiseleur, et c'est il te fouillera de ses plaies.
It only gets worse from there. Only 2 people live in the entire building. Rosanna herself and her downstairs neighbor, an elderly woman who always avoided her. Rosanna thought the neighbor was just a little unstable until that night when this happened.
Arrêtez! Arrêtez! Vous voulez quoi? Arrêtez! Parlez, merde!
At one point, everything seemed to stop. But at 3:47 a.m., it started again, and Rosanna decided to open the door.
Je n'en peux plus. Je n'en peux plus. Bon allez, j'appelle les flics. 4 heures du matin. T'arrives. Elle est dans le noir. Elle est dans le noir. Putain. Je vais péter un câble. Je vais péter un câble. C'est quoi ces yeux? C'est pas ces yeux. Non, 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 non. Non, 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 non. C'est pas ses yeux.
From the looks of it, it was her neighbor. Except her eyes were completely black. Now, many believe the old woman may be possessed and somehow connected to the nightmare that has been unfolding in this house for the past 2 years. Rosanna promised to confront her neighbor during the day, but since then, she has not posted a single new video. Karina Luz is a TikToker from Mexico who shows her work at a funeral home without filters or embellishment. One night, while preparing a child's body for a viewing, she decided to take a short break to message her family and let them know everything was fine. And at that exact moment, the security cameras captured something incredibly disturbing. Karina's reaction is exactly what you would expect: fear, panic, and running away. But it did not stop there. Right after that, the lights in the room went out. Stories like this often surface around morgues and funeral homes. People say there is too much heavy, lingering energy in places like that. But honestly, this feels like more than just that. Back in 2020, a real estate agent from Michigan named Marshall posted what seemed like a harmless joke video on TikTok. he decided to poke fun at a local urban legend known as the Witch's Throne at Brookside Cemetery. At the time, it looked like typical cringe ghost hunting content. No one could have imagined that years later, this story would turn into a real nightmare.
Just one more time, I'm gonna sit down in the chair. You know, hang out right here. What? What's that?
Yes, that first clip was just a joke. Marshall later admitted he had added the ghost figure himself, but 3 years later, real chaos began in his life. Unexplainable things started happening in his home. The first strange video was recorded outside, near his house. Later, he found notes in his mailbox that he took as threats. One day, after entering his home, he heard strange sounds coming from the basement.
Check it out. Stop.
Hello?
In the next video, he tries to make contact with the entity. He asks for 1 knock if it is friendly, and 2 if it is not. The response comes immediately.
Knock once if you're friendly, knock twice if you're not. Okay, alright, friendly. Are you from here? Okay. This is the weird part. What do you want? Then it just stops. Nothing here.
Commenters are convinced that his stupid stunt back in 2020 awakened something at the cemetery, and now it is following him everywhere, refusing to let go until it is done playing. If that is true, all we can really do is feel sorry for him. This video appeared on TikTok on September 5th, 2025. It was filmed by a group of friends driving along a narrow dirt road somewhere deep in the forest. The place is completely isolated. No houses, no lights, nothing. And then, out of nowhere, this appears. A white dress, a twisted face, long black hair. Classic horror imagery. But what scares people the most are her burning, piercing eyes, which seem to keep staring even from the darkness. That detail is what most viewers point out. Human eyes simply do not glow like that. In the comments, people immediately brought up skinwalkers, creatures said to mimic human appearance but always look slightly off. Too wrong. Too unsettling. What it really was, though, is up to you to decide. One guy posted a creepy TikTok video that he claims was captured by the security cameras inside his home. Let us take a look. The footage clearly shows 2 strange creatures calmly roaming around his house as if it belongs to them. They are obviously not people and not animals, more like some kind of unsettling goblins that instantly disappear once they hear a noise. Kids in costumes, AI-generated footage, or something not from this world at all. No idea. That is why I am waiting for your thoughts. Around 2003, a young guy is filming at the beach, sand, ocean. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. He pans the camera to the side and suddenly notices a woman standing far away. Her posture looks strange right from the start, but he keeps filming. And what happens next is genuinely terrifying. In a split second, the seemingly harmless, though odd woman turns into something insane and starts sprinting straight toward him. The guy obviously panics, and the recording cuts off. What happened next remains unknown. Unless, of course, this is just another fake video generated by artificial intelligence. They say that in war, soldiers fight not only the enemy, but also things humans are not always meant to see. According to the description, this story took place in the mountainous regions of Syria. A unit of soldiers was looking for shelter and decided to spend the night in a cave. Everything seemed calm until one of the soldiers suddenly began acting very strangely. Let us take a look.
أرجوك إن تريد أن تدخل الإسلام انطق معي مرة ثانية وحرك إصبعك عند الشهادتين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمدا رسول الله. الآن أريد منك أن تنصرف. هيا نور المملكة الآن.
If you watch closely, you can see dark, inhuman hands resting on his shoulder and forearm. Yet behind him, there is no one there, no silhouette, no shadow. The hands move in sync with him, as if someone is literally controlling his body. The cameraman later said the soldier suddenly went limp and collapsed, losing consciousness. Without hesitation, the unit grabbed their comrade and ran, convinced that something demonic was living in that cave. A surveillance camera installed in a prayer hall captured an extremely strange and unsettling moment. Let us check it out. There is no one nearby, no people, nothing that could explain what is happening, and the poor child is clearly terrified. The parents later admitted it took them a long time to calm him down. The boy insisted that a ghost tried to drag him away. A tasteless prank, another AI-generated clip, or real insanity accidentally caught on camera. What do you think? Imagine this. You're driving along. It's an ordinary day and you're in a great mood. Then suddenly, something so creepy happens that you grab your phone because no one would believe you if you didn't capture it. That's exactly what happened to a TikToker named Issa on July 2nd, 2024. The video shows Issa driving behind another car on a regular road, and everything seems fine at first, but within seconds it becomes clear that something is seriously wrong with the car ahead. Take a look.
Padre cielo que estás en lo nuestro.
In the back seat, a terrifying figure with glowing eyes suddenly appears. Issa is visibly shaken and struggling to process what he's seeing. As always, commentators are divided. Some are convinced it's a real monster, while others believe it's just a clever trick. But so far, no one has come up with a definitive explanation. This footage was recorded by an officer riding with a paramedic in an empty ambulance. They were on their way to an accident scene when they suddenly heard strange noises coming from the back of the vehicle. What they saw shocked them so much that they immediately turned on the camera. The footage shows a blanket seemingly moving on its own. Could this be someone's cruel prank? If we rule out a hoax, one thought comes to mind. It could be the spirit of someone who had died in this ambulance. A chilling idea, but it can't be dismissed. A police officer's family shared some chilling footage captured by their home's outdoor security camera. The video shows a strange, thin figure wandering near their car.
You see his face clearly, right there.
Do you think it's just a lost person in the night? Or could it actually be something unexplained? Drop your theories in the comments. The next chilling clip was uploaded to Instagram in the summer of 2024. A father of two starts recording after his daughter complains about someone strange staring into their window.
Daddy!
What?
There's somebody in the window. Keep window.
No, there's not.
We heard a ticking clock.
Don't go nowhere. Stay right here.
The dad rushes outside, but no one is there. Now, let's take a look at this in slow motion. Another hoax or a real alien? Share your thoughts in the comments. This footage was recorded at a supermarket inside a shopping mall in South Korea. A regular shopper was walking down an aisle when, suddenly, an item fell off the shelf behind her. Curious, she turned back to place the item back on the shelf, and that's when the scariest part happened. As we can see, the woman lost control of her body and began swaying from side to side. Moments later, she collapsed onto the floor, drawing attention from the surrounding shoppers. People tried to help her in every way they could. Eventually, the woman appeared to release a surge of powerful energy. An invisible wave threw people backward and almost knocked down a price sign. The camera recording everything at that moment also nearly malfunctioned. After this, the woman seemed to recover. She was helped to her feet and escorted out of the frame. But that's not all. Once everyone left the aisle, the same eerie item fell off the shelf again. Could we have witnessed some kind of unclean spirit transferring itself? But why didn't it stay in her body? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments. This video by an unknown author shows a girl explaining how she recently bought a new house at an astonishingly low price. She decided not to question the reasons for the low cost and happily completed the purchase. But as it would turn out later, she would deeply regret it. So, the new homeowner decided to make a video tour of her property to show her relatives. And what she managed to capture on video is genuinely frightening.
Oh my god. You guys said... You guys saw that?
It all starts with the house's window, where a strange silhouette briefly appears. Scared, the girl goes inside to convince herself it was just her imagination. But when she climbs to the second floor, she's confronted by a terrifying figure dressed in black, with a pale, white face and hollow eyes.
Nothing here.
Naturally, the girl starts running, and the video abruptly ends. It's unclear whether she managed to escape and whether the sinister figure is somehow tied to the history of the place. But one thing is certain, the lady was definitely set up when they sold her this house for such a low price. This creepy phenomenon was caught by a fisherman in Japan. The unknown creature looked like a snake, but had dozens of small legs. People in the comments speculated that it might be a sea centipede. However, centipedes of this size have never been seen in nature before. So, what is it? An undiscovered marine creature or something truly mystical? As always, it's up to you to decide. I really hope our fantasies about mermaids remain just that, fantasies, despite this footage. The video was shot on a beach somewhere in Britain. According to the uploader, he found a miniature skeleton of an unknown creature resembling a mermaid washed up on the shore. His fears were only confirmed when, just a few days later, he witnessed this. The man was utterly shocked by what he saw. Before his eyes lay another mermaid carcass, but this one was much larger. Its upper half resembled a human, while the lower half had a fishtail. This was the mermaid of fictional tales, but with a terrifying appearance, as its body had already begun to decay. So what does this mean? Do mermaids really exist? Or is this someone's cruel prank? As always, it's up to you to decide.